The absence of the father is profound. I mean, I would argue, and I have argued, that all the problems in our society currently are about that. Feminism came along, and that was necessary, but men sort of stepped back. And I think in that place, they abdicated their responsibility.
Have you heard of the YouTube channel Soft White Underbelly?
Is that where he interviews sort of misfits of society?
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
I've seen, and it's beautiful photography.
Yeah. So Mark, so I sort of know him. I've talked to him on the phone, FaceTime a couple times. We're not like friends or anything, but one thing that I've picked up from his interviews, because so if you guys don't know what Soft White Underbelly is, it is a YouTube channel where this guy Mark, who used to be a photographer, opened his studio to homeless people on Skid Row to come in and they interview, and he asks them about their life and what they're like. And usually, I mean, he interviews everybody, but a lot of the times it's, you know, fentanyl addicts, pimps, gang members, anybody, right? The what could be seen as the lowest of society. But one thing that I've noticed about that in those interviews, the common denominator is there's lack of love in the household growing up, and usually lack of a father.
Yeah.
So do you think that is when somebody goes down a really bad path where they're, I mean, really bad, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's usually what it is?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think it's trauma.
Yeah.
I think it's playing out. And listen, people get abused by their mothers all the time. Mothers are just as quote unquote bad, you know, or can do just as much damage as fathers. They might just do it in different ways.
Right.
But the absence of the father is profound. I mean, I would argue, and I have argued, that all the problems in our society currently are about that. About the lack of fathers in the home. And I understand why it happened. You know, feminism came along, and that was necessary, but men sort of stepped back.
Right.
And I think in that place, they abdicated their responsibility. I think we're becoming aware of that now, but you need strong men. You need strong role models. You need discipline. And if you don't have, and women generally, I don't, you know, make any blanket statements, but generally that's not what they're about. They're about love and caring and nurturance, particularly for children.
Right.
So if you don't have that balance of the father saying, get up, get off your ass, get out of fucking bed. Like,
yeah, right.
You know, you need that energy. You need that firmness, and also create safety. Structure creates safety.
Okay.
And if children don't feel safe, they're going to be neurotic, or they're going to feel fearful. The world is not safe.
Right.
They're not going to feel protected. And, you know, again, when you're a child, you are vulnerable and helpless. So you want to feel the strength of the father, that he's got it.
Yeah.
And without that, you're going to have a lot of internal fear, which is going to lead to a kind of chaotic upbringing. And then what happens is you then project that need for safety onto the government. Well, my dad wasn't there, so you're going to find the father figure in the government. The government needs to take care of me. And which I think is that has its own problem. And I think it's the absence of God.
Right. Okay.
God the Father.
Right.
Right. And so you've seen a real movement away from God over the last 20 years in the country.
Yeah.
And I understand that. You know,
Right.
Catholic Church and a lot of religions are incredibly corrupt.
Yeah.
And so why would you stay with that? That said, when you give up that relationship to the Father, that, you know, that protector, that safety, that wisdom, right? That structure,
right?
Then you're living in chaos. And if you're living in chaos, you're gonna succumb to addiction. You're gonna succumb to bad behavior. You're gonna start looking for love and connection and attachment in all the wrong places.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you like content like this, go to the description below. The full video should be there. And do not forget to like and subscribe. 97% of the people that watch this channel are unsubscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. It does a lot for the channel, and it gives you more content like this. Have a good one.